my goal is just to see everybody happy, enjoy themselves, to call SKYLINE home, to call it their comfortable place to come to be happy.
Welcome to Metaverse Degen. I'm Lion.
I'm home, man. Well, Raptor, and we got our guest is back again, and that is.
Hello, I'm Alphawolf. Hello.
Welcome back,
Hello,
Alphawolf.
hello.
It's good to see you again. It's been a while since we've seen you on the show
Hey,
last.
Yes.
welcome back.
Yes, it has.
Ooh. So let's just start with a refresh for those who don't know you.
Yes, it was.
What are you known for?
Mm-hmm.
What got you started? And what have you been up to since we last seen you?
Well, as the last video is known me for as the lead photographer for Corbell. Since then I've now been promoted to lead photographer for Corbell, so I've been busy with him doing that. And then now here I am running my own festivals. So that's what we're here for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow, great, man. You're really jumping up. What the hell's in your cereal in the morning? I want some. Damn, I never get that kind of crap.
Just honestly wake up, have my coffee, and straight to work as any other person.
Oh, he's like the rest of us in the world. What the hell's breakfast? I don't got time for that
Yeah,
shit.
what's breakfast?
Grab a donut and run, right? And you're going, oh shit.
Am
Yeah,
I the only one of
gotcha.
the three of us that never missed breakfast?
Old school.
I get up too late
Stuck
to have
by
breakfast.
mom.
Time I can get up is early afternoon, so I just get up and
well,
go.
I'm usually up at almost 6 o'clock in the morning, saying, "Well, I got my coffee and out the fucking door and grab a donut on the way, and everything else like this." And I can tell you a little bit of history. In some places, a donut's not classified as breakfast.
No, it's
Remember
not.
that, folks? It's not a breakfast.
No.
I always thought it was. Hey, man, it's in the food group. Bum 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 bum. Donut. I should have been an officer. Hey, where you at? Donut shop. Don't take that wrong. But and everything else like this. So what? Since the last time we've seen you and everything else like this, what is the biggest change from what you being? Oh, I'm just a guy just taking pictures, blah blah blah, to where you're at now. What's that make you feel? Feel like you going somewhere, or you feel like, oh well, yeah, okay, I got to my destination and pump gas and then go past go. Did we lose sound?
No, I think he's talking to someone else.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Hmm.
So, well, back to the donut thing. If you want to fill in situation all that way around. But what's your favorite donut line? Knowing it's not a breakfast piece.
Okay, quick random question.
Okay, I'm sorry.
If as a jelly-filled donut, could you classify it as a ravioli?
What? Are you what? Mom, I had a ravioli. Yeah, what kind was it? Strawberry.
All right, sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
It's all good.
okay. It's all good. It's situations. Did you hear my question or not? Or do you want me to repeat?
Yes, the biggest thing since then and now is, again, I don't know, the biggest thing is actually running the festival. Honestly, I didn't think this would go that far. It was just a one-time thing to see how it goes. If it popped off, it popped off, and so happened. It did, so I'm very happy about it. I wasn't expecting this, so it's one from just being the photography, the events, being there, to now running my own. So I guess that's a big leap.
Sure. Okay. Gotcha.
What was the first event like, and what were you expecting going into running SKYLINE, and what started SKYLINE to begin with? Like, where did the idea spawn out of?
Actually, it's like my first ever SKYLINE festival was actually last year in November. So, it started as my birthday party last October. I was just running. I never had a birthday party on VRChat before, and kind of friends in here, but I want something different. So running with the festival was CMFS and getting these contacts and all these people and the performers. I was like, I want a festival for my birthday. So I gathered some of the friends and we had this little small birthday party of like 6 or 7 performers and just playing and enjoying our time and brought my friends to my community. And so it just led onto that. It's like I had so much fun doing that at my birthday party to the point where I want to keep doing this. This is a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be, and it had people. We had a lot of attendees there, and we had performers having fun. It's like, well, heck, this could be something. So after my birthday party, I reached out to Glitch and other people. And it's like if they can help me run in the festival. Let's see how it goes. We got a nice good lineup of performers and staff members to help me out here, and didn't really think of a name of it until I was like, you know what? I just thought of like Skyline. It just came to my head, and it's like, well, so we researched it everywhere we can to find out if Skyline's taken or not, and it's not. So like, heck yes, there's our name, and we just moved on from there to November, having an event, and it just went a blast. Like I said, better than I ever expected. We had so much attendees. It was really nerve-wracking. Of course, it was my first time being on a stage, in front of everybody, talking to the performers, talking to running my own staff. I'm kind of got used to this since Brandon's Corbell, but it was different being on the other end of that. So it was just more experience of excitement, I guess. And I don't know, just blew up out of nowhere, to thinking where it went and where it couldn't be. It just happened
Hmm.
I got one
for
for
sure.
line. I got another.
Mm.
Okay, since you just sat here and just said that you had A, now you started with B or whatever the situation. When you started up building your own group and everything else like that, what did it take you to get into? Hey, what how? Hey, you want to try this? And they go, oh yeah, and you go, oh well, maybe I was, eek, that type of deal. What situation did you go through to get it from the steps where you were comfortable with your staff and the staff that you picked and everything else like this? What challenges did you go through?
Um, challenges. What's not to do when it comes to events, or because again, when I first started, it was a rough start, but as normal things normally do, if your first time doing things are going to get off the road. But what kept me going is the motivation because my friends, I consider now family, the performers, and my fellow staff members are. I hate to admit it, but sometimes I do feel like I should step down and close Skyline. But half the performers and most of the staff is telling me, no, get your ass back up there. So it's motivation of my team and just keeping me up and keep it going, and that's what I love and motivation of my fellow friends. And
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay, I
All right.
gotcha.
So you
Mhm.
answered this question with something that sparked my interest. You answered what not to do with a festival. I feel like there's a story there. Is there for you to say that specifically?
Um,
Well, it was once upon a time when I went down to grandma's
um,
house and somebody got out and
oh.
let the wolf out, that type of deal. Well, he is a wolf, We're just fathers here.
Well, not to piss off other people you're collabing with is also a big don't, and don't be rude to them.
Well, I'd be doing that all the time, okay. And don't piss. You know that saying, don't piss off the people that feed you? Is that
Yeah,
something
don't,
perfectly?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and of course, sadly, the person we were working with was Glitch, and well, it was not directly with me. One of my staff members said it. They started drawing between the two. All of a sudden, yeah, that's a big no. And don't don't bite off the hand that feeds you. So that's why I learned. So I had to move on to a different collab with other different people as well to get it going.
Mm.
But yeah, don't bite the hand that feeds it. That's practically what we did, and yeah, it's kind of sucks. That's what we screwed up on. But
Wait a minute. I got to ask this question. Okay. Hold out your hands like this. Oh, they're all there. He's okay.
What?
He still has all his fingers. Still, well, if someone's going to bite your hand that you feed you, you're afraid you're going to lose your fingers over the deal, right?
Ah, that makes a lot more sense.
He's going,
they're still
what? What the
here.
hell? Do I got shit on my hands? What? No. I just want to know if all your fingers. See what happens. See, folks, what happens when you do a no like he's saying. Yeah, I lost my own. I didn't lose my finger. I lost my own arm. It's okay.
Mm.
Yeah, that's for sure.
What were you expecting when you ran the first Skyline event, and what did you learn after running some events and going through with it? What kinds of things did you pick up since then?
Our very first event we had, honestly, in my opinion, I wasn't expecting to, again, I wasn't expecting to be so big because we had multiple big names. We had Lil Prov, we had, actually, also, if I remember having, no, I had Raya Sora, Skelta Goldie, and just having these performers that are willing to help me out and go on stage for me was just a blast, and didn't expect the attendees, how much people show up the world to see it, and to support our first music festival and support the performers, and people come up to me and say, we did such a great job. I wasn't expecting any of that. Because I'm not like as big as Corbell or Verlium or any other big known group or club, so I wasn't expecting anything. I was expecting just being me and my staff and the performers having a whole little party going on, just like a few of us. But it ended up being bigger than I thought. But that's what keeps me going. I don't know
Mm.
how to answer your second part of your
Well,
question.
I'll rephrase it with this. What did so if you weren't expecting the support, what about the whole maintenance and running the event, like the back of house stuff, streaming software, all the like back of house work? Did you expect? Is that something you knew from working with Corbell, or was there some things in that side of things that you weren't really thinking of that you learned how to do uh, over time?
I'm for me in the streaming stuff, when it comes to streaming, stuff running the screens, the lightings and stuff of the world, I had known nothing about. So luckily we have a staff member, Moonlight. He is our lighting guy. He's our streaming guy. So praise that to you. He does everything for us. And when it comes to for me, the only thing I help with is either recruiting the staff members or scheduling. I'm the scheduling, and I'm looking around looking for worlds to use. Yeah, looking for what's the word I'm looking venue. Yeah, I'm looking for the venue, looking for the performers, getting out the poster out there and ready for advertise. I'm practically doing everything except for when it comes to like running the stream, running the background in the background, doing the lights and cameras and stuff. So
Mm.
that's what I practically do. But I'm thankful for my team for backing me up on that because I want to know how to do any of that, and I want to be here listening for them. So
Mm. Okay. Oh.
I got you on that.
Well,
yeah.
did you know who you're going to work with initially when you built your team, or were that something you developed as you found things you needed to work with?
It must have just rolled as it went along. Like our first staff member was Mayflower because he was helping us doing the stream project. He was helping the stream through the my birthday party, and during my birthday party, I even asked him on stage, "Hey, would you like to be part of our staff?" And he says, "Of course." And so then it just went as along. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't specifically pick out like people. Okay, this is who I want on my team. It's just so happens when I'm at these events or doing my events, people are approaching me or I approach them at that time and say, hey, I like what you do. Would you like to be part of our team? So it's not planned. I didn't, it just rolls along as I go.
Mm.
I do.
I can definitely get and understand that. I think we were the same way over time when we were developing things we needed to
Hmm.
work on with DJ. And just like most of the time when we were learning, we didn't know what we needed to work on. We needed to work on it because when Raptor and I first kind of got the whole interview stuff going, we didn't know Jack Diddley about Jack Diddley. In fact, our style of video was very different then versus now. I'm sure you're the same way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
good way to put it in my terms. It's like pissing in the wind and hope God you don't get wet. Straight up. Because man, we got wet a lot.
yeah.
That damn line you're supposed to push when I'm doing that. Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Sorry, I didn't see. I just see you there. You go ahead and how's it feel? Oh, it's your own. That's okay. No big deal. Yeah, we get that a lot.
Yeah, I do get a lot of experience from like and help and support from like Corbell. Like again, being with him for a year and a half, of seeing how he runs his events and how things are done. That's why I can practically branch off and use as a reference to run my own events. And of course, the support of Glitch, who helps me advertise the posters and get me. He's the one who also helped me first get my first steps in the industry of hosting my events and he was the one again, not only my teacher being a photographer, but now my teacher on how to host events at the time, and just I, I seen a lot of my friends supporting me and
Mm.
how to
I
run
got,
things.
Wolf, I got one for you. Now,
Hmm.
if somebody out of the blue, and I've asked this lately and everything else, somebody out of the blue, knowing that your experience that you're in now, from where you
Mm,
started to where you are now, come up and you don't even know this person. You don't know
yeah.
him from Adam. He comes up and asks you, knowing what you're doing. He's got a general feed of what you're doing, so you got to, he's just, but what, and he asks what you do and everything else like this, but what advice would you give that person to help him along on his own trail?
Ooh, that is a tough question, honestly. What advice I would give him? First thing goes to my head is trust your teammates, trust your gut, and honestly have the best experience you can. Like when you're first just starting out, host your own events. If you have no experience at all, like no experience. Of course, I would say before hosting your own event, and with no experience at all of hosting events or being part of the events, I would say get into the team first. Be with them for a while, like I did. Be their photographer, be their moderator, be in their team for experience in themselves. And after that experience, then you can shout out and go out and do your thing. It's like training in you're at school. When you're practically at school, you're getting into this team and learning how they do run the things and how things are done. Build connections with the staff members and your friends and the performers. Once you have enough cushion, you think you can run your own team, and with that experience, go for it. Honestly, there's
All right.
nothing stopping you from joining any team and getting your experience out. But when it comes to running the thing, trust your team, trust your performers, trust your friends. When they have your back,
Okay.
they'll have your back.
I got you. Good
Mm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
from the sounds of earlier, that when your time with Corbell and Glitch, when you were learning, you definitely pulled some of that experience with you forward into Skyline.
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that experience, honestly. I wouldn't know how the first things to do to get running events or how to contact these performers and uh, I no world to perform. I wouldn't do any of this without that experience for sure.
Mm. So
Mm.
so it sounds like networking was the one of the harder things for you to learn to do over time.
Yeah, like my first performance at my first event I've ever been to is Jingle Bell Jams in 2023. Before that, I didn't know music festivals are happening or even virality or anything that matters. So if I went from there, okay, I like Jingle Bell Jams. I want to start my own thing. And like right from there, I wouldn't know the slightest thing what to do, how to do things. I would have been just, it would have gone kaput, a big mess, and I wouldn't be here where I'm at. So
Mm.
that's for sure.
That's understandable. Was there any
Hmm.
bits of advice or lessons you learned during those times that like has either stuck with you now or re-resonated with you as you were running Skyline and doing what you're doing now?
Honestly, if I can be really honest, I don't think I remember any advice people gave me when it comes to other. I have a bad memory, but I remember at the moment. Like I'm pretty sure after we're done recording, then I'll remember. So it's kind of like, but that's what motivation is. Probably again, trust your teammates. That's probably. I think that's why I heard that from somebody, and that's what stuck with me. Probably, I'm guessing. 'Cause, I remember that somewhere. But I'm pretty sure Glitch and Corbell and even Glody comes out of nowhere and gives me advice uh, gives me help here and there. And motivations keep me going. But do I remember them? Sadly, no. But I move on, keep going.
If it's you, please comment it.
Exactly.
Please
I
put
wanna
it in the
hear.
bottom of the lines. We need that help. Oh yeah, help line. Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Watch every person watching. It was me. It was me. No, it was me. Have fun guessing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh
I'm
boy.
sorry. But I'm
No, that's
sorry.
cool.
Oh, so I've. What was your like? What was the first show like, Mask? Once like you first started running, and what were the other ones like? Is there anything that changed over the course of the others? Like Tell us about it.
Oh, it's ever since the first event, things just like blew up more better than I thought. Like every event, the venue got bigger and bigger, and the performers start rolling in, wanting to perform for us. So I'm like, this is. I was shocked. Like jaw hit the ground. Like after the first set, and hearing performers saying they loved it and they want to do it again. So I'm like, this is odd, and like I never expected it. It was my jaw hit the ground. It every event and our numbers grew to like a small time group. I didn't even have the VRChat group at the moment at the time until we figured out the logo and everything was like maybe a few months later. But as soon as we had the group going, we our numbers just skyrocketed and I love it. So it went bigger and bigger. The only thing that's really changed is of course our venue, since we don't have a world to ourselves just yet. But we've been using like help from the first time we've been help from Protofox that had their world. Then went straight to using nothing but Corbell worlds, and we now been recently been allowed to use Arcadia, which is Verlium's world. So we're just practically hitchhiking or piggybacking other worlds at the temporary. So the only thing changes every time we do an event, it's a different venue. So that keeps it more unique and more not the same, I guess.
Mm. So I don't know if it's me, but I'm starting to notice a little bit of a trend in the recent VRChat times. Maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong or not. But I feel like music venues seems to be what was rave venues years ago. Like it seems a lot more attention
Oh,
and people at it because, like, I'm gonna use Vrillium, Corbell, even Novid's event, Squad Forever Fest. Go to Novid's YouTube channel and you can see some highlights and stuff or the stream from it. But
mm-hmm.
it seems like those are getting quite big now, like with a lot of performers wanting to attend them, a lot of people coming to show up for those kinds of events. Now, I could be very wrong, but it seems very popular now, the kind of thing to do or want to do.
Yeah, I actually kind of agree because of these festivals, clubs also have been around before the music festival scene happened. As far as I know, I'm not quoting this or I'm not 100% this, but from what I heard, hearsay, it's up to you. But Corbell was first music festival to happen on VRChat other than Vrchat because he said he's attending Vrchat so many years, but he wants to create his own. So Corbell started his own music festival, and it's practically the first ever. But the car's been around before then, and now because of that music festival, now other communities are getting together. Like, say, me and Fur Rave, we just had an event. We're doing collabs with music festival and a DJ club. They are
Mm,
specifically just DJs. So what we're doing is we're bringing our communities together, like mine and theirs together, and like, oh, these
mm,
are new DJs. Oh, these are performers. I like them, and maybe they want to say their DJs come to Skyline and vice versa. So our DJs will be like, "Oh, I like this club. I like what they do, and I like their style. I'll go to them." And so it's helping each other grow in a community and a performance and everything. That's good. It yeah helps us each other out. Helps each other grow. I guess that's what you're saying.
mm. A healthy
It
community
keeps it growing.
can
Hmm.
help quite a lot, especially when they intermingle, help each other, and reach out and have smooth conversations between each other.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We had so many times where just like we collab with Club Dark, Fur Rave, and so many others. I can't so many that we had their DJs and performers coming to us and hey, can we perform for you? Like, and it's vice versa. So yeah, it's good community growing and keeps us all linked. Like I don't know, it helps each other grow. I best words I can say for it.
Mm. Sorry to interrupt you. Sound like you had something to say, Raptor.
No, I was trying to think of something. I had it, and then you answer. You always do this. He always beats me to the punch, and that's cool. That's why I'm here and he's there, and everything else. But I think I have one
Hmm,
in the future and stuff like this. Do you have a goal that you're shooting for?
that is a tough question. I always been wanted actually. I always been wanted to ask that because my goal, I can say for Skyline is I I don't aim to be the number one. It's I aim to have everyone to just enjoy themselves. My main goal is to stay on that stage and feel proud of where I am and seeing the people who are showing those hearts and saying, "We love you, Skyline." And my goal is just to see everybody happy and enjoy themselves, to call Skyline home, to call it their comfortable place to come to be happy, even to, heck, I'll be happy even if someone comes to me and say, "Hey, can I propose to my partner on your stage?" I'll be delighted for that. It just my goal is to see people to come to play our community festivals and be happy and call it home, a comfortable place for them to stay in and just enjoy themselves and like they would at any other concert or a gathering and of like a family. That's my goal, is just to have a bigger family in the
Okay.
group.
Okay.
Makes sense. Nice.
So,
Mhm.
was that mission statement something you and your team went into when you started it, or is that something you've learned over the course of your events?
I've learned to over a course of events. After like 6 or 7 events, that's where it started to kind of kick in.
Mm.
Where I wanted this place to actually be, this skyline to be, and what it meant to be, is the big family and a home. Because again, when I first started, I didn't expect it to get this far. I didn't expect it, like any other group, they don't expect things to get where they are now. But I was expecting just a one and done. So when it kept going and going, that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down with my team and say, okay, what's our goals? What do we want to achieve with our group? What's our planning? What should we do? Should we do more community things? And we're just planning and planning. And so we all agreed that we just want Skyline to be a big family, a big home for everybody, and to enjoy themselves. That's what we all agreed on, and we all we actually all cried saying it. So we enjoyed it.
Mm. That's very
So.
awesome. I think it's a very good mission
Mm,
statement to have for a group, especially here in, well, and anywhere in the world nowadays. I think it's a pretty cool mission statement to have, to be a home for the community.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's
So,
for sure.
how many events have you guys run since you started last year? And what kinds of events have you
Ooh.
run? And I'm going to ask you a tough question. You
Oh.
have to remember everything, even though you said you have a bad memory.
I'm a
Tell us
bad,
everything. Remember
bad,
all of it.
bad.
Give us details. Who collabed with you?
I'll try. I'll try. I guess actually we practically have an event every month. So once a month we have a big event, except for like again, we should try have one we try to have one a month, but we usually when people come to like say Wolfie Paws and Furry for this month, for example, they come to me and say, "Hey, we want to do a collab with you in October." I'm like, "All right, bet." And then some guy a week later say, "Want to do a collab with you again in October?" I'm like, "Okay, this is going 2 events? Sure, let's go for it." But we normally try to do 1 month event once a month. So our next month, November 21st to the 23rd, is our 1 year anniversary for Skyline. So practically 12 to 15 events this year so far.
Oh,
We try because last year we skipped in December because we had was busy with SEMA Fest at the time still. Debuting photographer Jingle Jams, and before we had a countdown, so Skyline didn't do December, so we took Skyline didn't do anything in December of last year. And then January we picked it up again, and February, and so on, so on. So we usually try to, and then March or April we took a month off just to get as a break. So yeah, 12 to 14 events this year so far,
wow.
I believe.
So
Nice.
I'm going to ask a question. And upon releasing this, it'll be released at the same month as your anniversary. Have you
Mm-hmm.
expected how this last year has gone and the journey you've been on since Skyline became a thing and you and your team got together? Reflecting back this last year.
Actually, it brings a tear to my eye of how things how we had a lot of bumps in the road.
Hmm.
Yes, like any big group, we had bumps in the road, but we stuck together, and I'm very surprised and happy where we are now. Like we are having our first ever big 3 day event in November, and with the connections we have and the people we talk to and the connections. Um, I also want to announce this too because I know Jingle Bell Jams, if you guys all well know, is a very big Christmas event that happens only once a year in December. because sadly last year one Piranha stated that they're closing the doors and no more Jingle Jams. And of course, me being me and of many other communities, we love Jingle Jams. It was our biggest. It's where I started. It's sentimental. It's where I started. It's where I took my first photos, and that's where it led to me where I'm now. And Skyline is proud to announce we are taking over Jingle Jams. So we'll be doing two big major events. November is our 1 year anniversary for Skyline, and we are doing Jingle Jams again in December. So we are very proud. Like I said, we are about to cry because I'm very proud of where we are and what we've become. Our staff members, our performers, our attendees. We couldn't have done with any of them, for sure. So I'm very surprised and very happy where I'm at.
Well,
Congrats on the jam setup. Wow, that's a lot.
indeed. Congratulations, man. And you and your team have worked
Thank
really hard. If you've been a year, that's
Mhm.
quite the accomplishment for quite a lot of groups. I think the first year is a definite good test for those who want to run a group or community. If like getting past the first year is a pretty big hurdle, because I know, for example, like with Degen, for example, I went through it. Rapper remembers, like getting disheartened in the first year is really easy, and once you get past that biggest hurdle there, like there's not a lot of people going, this is not what I thought, this is too hard, the questions everyone goes through.
Mhm.
That first year I think is quite the important hurdle to get over. So congratulations, guys, on
No
getting there
doubt.
this month. That's quite
Way to go.
quite the distance and accomplishment.
No doubt. In a year's time and wow. Yeah. Me and Lion were still going, hey, did you pick up that last pin on the fucking on the last round? No, I thought you did. Yeah,
There was
that's
a pen?
usually how me and pin, not a pen. Pin, not a pen. You right? Never mind. But you know what? But what I'm getting at is, it's hard. You ass.
Sorry, I was playing on the joke. I thought you said pen. It's like, I left a pen there? Shit.
No. Yeah, and I like to know what world you did leave it in, because I'll be the one hunting for it. Because you're the one who dropped it
Think
under
about the
chair.
amount of worlds we visit for Degen and off Degen.
No,
there are thousands
no
I've been in.
shit.
I don't know which one I left it in.
No shit. So, folks, you ever out there, look for his pin. Make sure you give it to me, saying, "Go, look what I found." Okay, never. But congrats on that, because that takes a lot. That no one but when me and Lion went, and it took us even longer than what you did to finally get your feet stable, like standing up like a pole and going, yeah, I can whip it through the wind and the flag's flopping, but I still got this. And it takes a lot. Wow. I can't wait. I tell you one thing, it'll be the first time I've ever been to it. I'd love to be there. You folks, you got to be there too. So, yeah. And everything else like this. I've never been to what you just, I can't even pronounce it without making it sound. I'm going to say, I'll fuck that up
Say it 10 times fast. Jingle Bell Jams.
No, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck no.
Jingle Jam, Jingle Jam, Jingle Jam, Jingle Jam.
Oh, it sounds like somebody sticking somebody in somebody's jam and then trying to pass it around, going, "Hey, see what I gonna sell?" Yeah, it's just the way it comes out in my mind. No, but yeah, I'd like to definitely see it and go through the whole. Now, here's the question: how long does it last? Is it a day, or is it a week, or how long does the situation go?
Are you enjoying the episode you're watching so far? Then feel free to check out the rest of the stuff we have over here in the Metaverse Degen network. We have other interviews from everyone from VRchat staff to VRChat and PJKT. We talked with world builders and creators. So if you want to learn more about VR and VRchat, check it out. Also, we have a actual play podcast, Hold My L, which honestly we're just a bunch of idiots rolling dice. So if you like that kind of thing, feel free to come hang out with us over there. And if you should find any of their socials and stuff, you can go on metaversedegen.card.co. Over on Patreon, we actually started putting the pre-show content for Hold My L, which we talk about before the show, and as we all kind of start funneling into the world, getting ready. So if you want to go see that as well, feel free to go to our Patreon, which if a few people already subscribed, we'd like to give a special thanks to Frozen, Future Oracle, Aliquum, Niche, and Forbidden Zero. Thank you very much. Funny little hint, Forbidden Zero is also the DM.
The Jingle Jams will be lasting 3 days, December 12th to the 14th of this year.
Gotcha.
Big 3-day events. Jingle Jams has always been a big 3-day event, and we're going to keep it that way. So, big 3-day event.
Okay. Well, it's time to go party and throw Christmas bulbs at each other, Line. You think we can get away with it?
I need my pen first.
Oh, fuck you and your goddamn pen.
So what made you want
Mm.
to pick up Jingle Bell Jams, and like was it an easy thing to have the torch be passed to you, Mask? Are you doing anything different with it? Or the same?
No, right. We're practically trying to keep it the same, but of course, new management. We're having the same world. It's been hosting for the past 2 years. We're going to have the same artist making the poster, and we're just going, of course, have different performers, but it's generally the same world. Trying to keep it original. Again, what kept me that world going or that event going is again, it's the first event I ever went to in VRChat, so it was very sentimental to me, and it's where I began. It's where, like I said, I took the first photo, and led me to photography for Corbell, to the lead photographer, to run my own events. It's the milestone to where I'm at now. So Jiggable Jams is very sentimental and it's attached to my heart and will never go away. I'll die before I die. I'll die first before it falls down. But when it came to it was a lot of negotiating when it come to like if I want to take over because I didn't want to sound mean, but it was like it was a tug war between me and Corbell because Corbell wanted it too, but then he had sadly even he did want to take it over. I wouldn't get in his way because he had it before. He was the one running with Ronald Aprana and their team. So I couldn't really say, hey, no, this is mine. I'm gonna take it over. You can't have Corbell. No, I respect the guy way too much. I said Corbell wanted it, he can have it. But then Corbell reached out to me saying, no, I'll hand the reins to you. You can have Jingle Jams or take it over. So I'm like, thank you so much. I was actually breaking into tears when he said that. I was like, thank you so much, Corbell. Like, it's sad that you can't run it, of course. It's very sad. But he got too busy with real life stuff and he wants to do other real life stuff. So I get it, but sad. But so it's like, okay, yeah, I'll take the torch and I'll keep it going for the both of us. So I did, and here we are. We're taking over and just taking over. And again, negotiating with Luan Prana. He's the founder. With him, him and Live Spartan are the owners of Jingle Jams. So of course I talk with them, see if they're okay with it. And of course Prada and Spartan were both in tears and saying thank you for keeping it going for us. We couldn't do it no more, and we're in tears saying thank you so much. I'm like, of course, Jingle Jams is my home. That's why. Because so again, that's what made me remind you of what my goal is for my Skyline Festival is to be home because Jingle Bell Jams is home to me. And so again, want Skyline, want other people to experience what I felt when first time joining an event. I made Jingle Jams my home and will always forever be. Even whoever owns it, manages it at the time. I'm glad, I'm happy I am, but if someone else took over, it'll still be my home and always will be. So.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, congratulations, and Rap and I
No
both will be
doubt.
looking forward to attending Jingle Bell Jam.
Mm-hmm.
And your 1 year
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Yes, my 1 year is November 21st to the 23rd. It's gonna be awesome.
Wow.
We're working on both schedules at the same time right now, so we're very quite busy
I
getting
can
everything
only
ready and
imagine.
sorted.
I know working ours is
Gotta
a
bring,
pain.
Mm,
I
gotta
can
bring
only
a
imagine
cupcake.
doing 2 big 3-day festivals. Good luck.
yeah, we're kind of like we need to perform this for that, and we're having a world in the making too. It works too, so we're just like scrambling. Got less than 30 days. Actually exactly 30 days from now. It's our 1 year anniversary, so we are trying to get the world created, the poster, the schedule. We're just scrambling, but we're working on it as fast as we can.
Mm. So, is there any tea you can spill about the the 1 year anniversary event? Anything you can tell us? This will be before the event, the same month. Anything people can look forward to?
Mm-hmm.
What's the event gonna look like?
Oh, I'm not gonna give out too much because I don't want to do much spoils. Because I want people to go into that world and be like, "Oh my God, like this is
Mm.
beautiful. This is nothing I've ever seen before," and that's the goal of this world. But I will say little hints. It is gonna be on a mountain. It's never seen before. I'm in a VR chat for like 6 years. I've never seen things before, so it's gonna be nice. A nice mountain landscaping. Um, what will say is too, the stage is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be what you expect to be a Skyline a fest. Actually, we are like you know how Corbell and Verlin has cease and desist, and Arcadia they're well known for that. Like cease and desist is well known. So we are calling ours our big 3-day events. We happen to be doing 3 times a year. Is going to be called Skyline Aurora Fest, and it's going to be exactly that kind of theme for our world. Nice aurora. So always look in the skies for magic. That's for sure.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's quite the tagline if I ever heard one.
No doubt. That's I'm going, okay. It's almost bad as the jingle, whatever, blah blah blah.
Almost as bad. That's ouch. We come with so many names to think of what sorry I stutter. What would roll off the tongue and be easy to remember. Aurora Fest. So, well, our theme is Aurora Lights, so why not make it Aurora Fest?
Okay.
Game rolls off the tongue, I think, anyways. So,
Ooh.
Well,
it's
it
a thing to
it does,
remember.
but I'd still fuck it up, and I don't want to ruin it for you.
That's totally fair.
Oh. So,
And
I'm sorry.
hmm?
Continue.
Let's just say, and one more thing I can give a little hint towards the world is, if you guys know this amazing being, I want to give him a shout out to, is Starport 55. He be working on the fireworks of the world. Just look forward to that.
Oh, that is definitely
Okay.
something to look forward to. By the way,
No
hi
doubt.
Starport.
Hi, Star. Hi, Star.
Yo,
Ooh.
you want me to wave at him or not, man? You keep taking the camera away from me. What the hell? Hi, Star. Yeah, fucking asshole. He did it to me. Hi.
Yeah, let Raptor say hi to Star,
Okay.
man. Just,
Okay, wave.
Hi, Star. How you doing, dude? I hope you're having a good one. Bye.
just bye.
Oh, well,
Okay.
congratulations on the event. That sounds awesome, by the way. Like the Mountain Aurora.
Yeah,
It sounds like it's going to be quite the show.
it is. It's in the works, and I can already go into the world of the Blender side. It's not as pretty yet, but it's looking really nice. I can't wait to show everybody. I want to see everybody's jaws hit the ground when they first see it, honestly, as I will. Because I still don't know how it's going to turn. Like, yes, I'm directing the guys to that, but you still don't know what's going to look like in the end once you spawn into the world. It's going to be phenomenal, for sure. And I want that same experience for everybody when I loaded the world, for sure.
You know, I do have another question for you now that you
Mhm,
mentioned
mhm.
directing. Going from photography and working under Corbell, doing what you're doing, what is it like going from that position into a position of director and the head of a group? Like SKYLINE, for example. Was that an easy transition, or did it take some adjustments?
Oh, it took a lot of adjustments. So some people think I'm crazy. Like, honestly, when people say you're burning yourself out or you're overworking yourself, is like, honestly, I'll tell you all right now, I'm fine. I'm not working out myself, but it was a big step because again, you're going to photography. You have some responsibilities for sure, like some responsibilities, of course. But it's like getting promoted from like being a janitor to a freaking CEO of a freaking company. So it was a hard step, and but with my good mentality and just more support from your friends, it was a nice transition. But I wouldn't say it wasn't easy. There are times where, like I said, I just at start I couldn't do it. Like it was kind of hard to juggle between jobs and stuff. But once I got used to it and experience and stuff like that, I found it more later on. It's like, yeah, I can handle this, and it was a tough start, but friends are what a good way to keep you up on your feet. It was a hard transition for me, especially. It was a lot of emotion, a lot of stress, and anxiety up through the freaking roof, I will admit. But in the end, I say it was worth it because I love what I do, and I love seeing people's smiles on their faces when I attend their events, for sure.
I'd say one of the biggest end games things for VRChat is running your own community, giving those exact same experiences that made you love to stay here to others. I'd say is the
Mhm.
biggest end game, and pleasurable thing once you say, I've done everything, there's nothing to do. Well, then give people the exact
No,
same
there's
experience that you had.
there's
Mhm.
100 things. Yeah, there's 100 things to do on here, and music festivals. There's when it comes to music festival, it comes to like any other job. There's always something to do. You'll never feel bored or you'll never think of it. There's always ideas you can always run off and we can do this, we can do that, and it'll never get boring for sure. There's
Mm.
always something to so always something to do
Mm,
in music festivals or even on VRChat. So
mm. You know, I hear Raptor's voice in my head, and I'm going to regurgitate some of it a little bit. But as long as you're willing to learn and grow as you move forward, there's never any boredom. Raptor's line.
hmm.
You're if I'm going to butcher this, so I'm sorry ahead of time,
I'm,
Raptor.
I'm really up for this one. It's like playing tennis and watching the ball go over the net. Okay, let's see.
Either you keep on learning or you're dead, I believe is your line.
You got it. That
You
is
can
it.
learn.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
it's actually a true thing. I had an old man that told me that if you stop learning, you're dead. You waste what's left. You wasted time. You wasted time. So, and he's correct. And everything else like this in line, you got it on the head that time. And
Yay.
yeah, and yeah, he gets this sushi that's sitting on this table without a plate on it. That's what's driving me nuts. But and I'm
That's
not a
my fault.
Oh,
That's my
you ripped the
fault.
plate away. I didn't even
Yeah,
see
I'm
that.
sorry. I
I'm
want
looking
that sushi
around
badly.
going,
Okay,
where
I
the
was good
fuck the
sushi.
plate go? And I'm going, okay, yuck. I don't want to eat
I
any
wanted the
of it.
sushi. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, well, you can go ahead and
See?
eat it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's all
it's gone.
yours. It's gone now. But yeah, but
Mm,
it's one of those situations like Line's saying, if you're learning and people are helping you learn in the process of being in this or anything you
Mm-hmm.
do, you'll go miles out of reach.
Yeah.
And they're
Oh
not
yeah.
saying you're so far out of reach that nobody can bring you back down to earth. That's not what I'm getting at.
No,
But
no, no.
what you do, that's why I asked the question I asked you and stuff like this. If somebody came up and asked that kind of question, you're on the spot. And it's
Mm-hmm.
weird to have somebody. Now, don't get me wrong. I've never had anybody do it to me because I'm a person that I've worked with the public all my life. It's just one of those things and everything
Yeah.
else like this. There's the question I was looking for. The thing you do in here, have you ever used any of it out in the real world to help you along?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I
Pulled that
can't
one
do
out of
any
my
of this
ass
in
without
real
thinking
life.
about it. On that one, yeah, right? Boom.
no?
But no, nothing at
Mm,
all.
There was no lessons you
Nothing
learned
that.
here that helped, like, for example, learning to lead as an example. That's something that, quite honestly, I've learned from Metaverse Degen and Pulled in Real World. Does it helped me with my day job in management to move forward to that and be a better leader?
it sounds really depressing, but the other outside of VRChat, I practically do nothing other than scheduling my event for next events or playing games. I do sadly do
God
nothing
damn, I
other
want
than
his job.
outside of VRChat.
What the fuck? I want his job.
So I can't take my skills from here to real life because I don't do anything outside. I touch
Okay.
grass though, don't worry, but I
Oh,
don't do much.
Hey, you know how many times I've heard somebody like that, and I go, "Yeah, you touch the grass, but who in the hell's mowing the shit for you?" Nobody goes, "Oh, I'm gonna go out and mow it." No, I'm just touching it. Who knows mows before it's over? It's taller. Well, anything's taller than I am, but you know what I mean.
Raptor, I've seen you
Yeah,
walk
yeah.
into lawns that have been mowed and its grass is still taller than you
Yeah, all you can see is my ears flopping in hat. Yeah, I know. Sucks.
Mhm.
You can't
Oh.
bring your own private lawnmower into a world going, "I got this new path, new road." Sorry, it doesn't work that way.
Mm.
But
So,
Yeah.
you know, I do have a question for you. Of all the events you ran, what are some of your favorites and some of your favorite memories from them? Looking back, now we've been on the
Um,
topic of reflecting.
yeah.
okay, now there's a question of memory. See, I can scroll back the wheel a bit. Uh, hmm. What was our favorite? Honestly, I could say no. The most memorable for me is actually the one that we had in June. The SKYLINE Summer Pride Fest event. We did a big festival in Corbell's Cease and Desist World. We were doing the Trevor Project charity for the LGBT suicidal for LGBT. And we're doing a big charity, and we had so many like attendees there. We had even so many performers staying around supporting this charity. I had Goldie going around doing a little short video for us, asking people questions for us, and that it's just we were help on that event is I don't know, it's more memorable for me to seeing all the performers dance and supporting a great cause, this Trevor project. So it was really nice. I think it was actually one of our proudest charities we ever do. I think yeah, June was our first charity event we ever did, and
Wow.
I think every event we do now
Nice.
is going to be a charity event. I think we did Trevor Project twice because of that, so we're going to keep it going for sure.
Wow.
But
Gotcha.
June Summer Pride Fest is I think my most memorable, my most favorite one. Seeing
Hmm.
the performers having their fun, have a good time and supporting a great cause for sure.
Mm.
Nice.
So what was that event like that made it stick with you particularly? What kinds of performers you had? Were there any memories made at that event?
Uh, um, honestly, the people who made is the attendees. Like I think, like I said, we just started out in January, so it's like only 6 months, and I think June was our biggest attendees ever. We had a full instance at one time, so we're like happy. For even now, Saturday, sometimes we're lucky we get like 50, so it's still nice, but like it's kind of sad too. But we had the most attendees at June. We had this like interactions with the performers and the attendees, the guests. That's what makes it more memorable. Seeing the connections. Yeah, we had Solinus on there. Of course, his beautiful soulful voice on the stage. People were crowding around. Like he even said on stage, I still love it. Before Solinus, yeah, we had people wandering around and then talking to other groups and they're still listening, of course, to the performer, but they're all they're all gathered around the world, like all spread out. But as soon as Solinus hit that stage, everyone just went to the front stage and start crying and singing along and enjoying his performance. Even people for the first time didn't hear his voice. I just that connection, just seeing that made me cry. It wasn't because of Solonus tearing. Well, Solonus makes everybody cry, but seeing that experience going on with the interactions with the performer and the attendees. And then we had Alex Gray on the stage doing the same thing. He's a good crowd pleaser. He interacts with the crowd a lot, so it's kind of normal for him. But still seeing that connection where he gets off the stage and sings and goes around every attendee there, give them head pats or boops or sing while singing and just interactions with the performance and the attendees. What makes joy and makes me very happy.
Mm.
So June is definitely one of my most memorable, and that's probably why. It's just the interactions I see.
Well,
That was very
th-
long.
mm. Well, thank you for answering that. It I'm very happy to have learned it. So thank you.
Hmm. You are
Mm.
welcome.
So, since you started running Skyline, do you still take photos, or has that been pushed off to the sideline?
Um, I do wish I can still take photos, but I do occasionally. If I really have time to spare, like maybe 5 minutes, I will take a photo of a performer, or I really do try. Because when it comes to hosting an event, it's one thing about people I need to learn when hosting events. You will when when you're running them at the it's when it's daytime, what's work time, you have no time. You have to focus. For me, I had to focus on the performers and making it on time. If you have any performers backing up, you gotta find backup singers or backup DJs. I gotta focus on the staff and see if the staff are arriving or if they need any help and see if I can help with them and working on the attendees, seeing if they're having a good time, interacting with them. So you really never have time to yourself to like, okay, I want to sit back and like take photos or just sit back and do nothing. Is as a host, you have so many things to do. And of course, after a performer is done, you have to get on stage and do an interview with them. I'm always constantly busy at festivals. I don't have time to sit back and actually take photos of the performers for sure. I do occasionally when I do have that split second, but not. No, that's why I had my photographers doing that for me, sadly. But yeah.
Mm. So, as another question for you, what's it like being on the other side of the music festival, from being the photographer with Corbell to now being the one as Corbell? What be you, but the seat?
Practically being Corbell,
Yeah.
yeah. From working as side of Corbell and then being the Corbell, it's I do want to say I do enjoy it. I love being busy. I love doing what I do, but for people out there, it is very stressful. It can be very stressful, and a lot of weight on your shoulder. It can be on your shoulders because you again have to run your staff. You have to um, practically babysit your staff and your performers and attendees, and it can be a lot of weight. So, but it's not for everybody. But I do enjoy it. It's a lot. To me, it's a nice transition from being a photographer for a group and just working on the sidelines and helping out, like occasionally helping out when it comes to running my own little team. I went from running my own little team, like it's just the six of us, now running 20 somewhat plus members. So it can be like hitting a brick wall when you first start it, but punch through it. You have that friend. You have again your staff members to help you punch through that wall and get you on the other side for sure. Hey. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I would say from where we first met to where you are now, I'm very happy and proud of you to see where you've gone with your VR journey since then. So pat yourself on the back, my dude.
Thank you. Oh, I do. Mm.
I'd do it for you, but it wouldn't be. You wouldn't feel it.
You'd be petting his ankle.
Yeah,
no
my
doubt.
ankles.
Can you touch me? Dude, stop it. It feels weird. Stop it. You know what reminds you when something like that taps you on the leg? Feels like your dog's humping your leg, and that's gross. Ew.
Yeah, that's just Raptor. Don't worry about it.
Oh, whoa! Oh, shit, thanks. Wow. Nice one. Nice one. I got slapped there. I got that coming. Yep. Yeah, no problem.
To be fair, you kind of lined him up.
I lined up the sinker and threw him and
You
go, "Hey,
did.
I didn't throw the pole in the water. I just brought the whole boat and pulled the cork and watch it go down." That's
Nah,
me.
you
Thank
threw
you
that
very
hook
much.
in the water, man. I bought it. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. I got you. Next time I'll just throw it on the trailer.
For sure.
Oh,
So,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
all right. Now, with that being said, now that you've gone this far, what do you intend on doing yourself in the future? Not just with Skyline, but where do you, Alphawolf, want to go?
That's a silly question. To me, it's a silly question. It's like same thing comes to like any job interview. Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Mm.
I can never do that. Like, I didn't a year ago. I didn't think, hey, I want to be here. I want to do this. I don't see myself doing this. So, like a year from now, like I can still see where I'm at today, doing a 2 year anniversary with Skyline, and when it comes to this outside of Skyline and work, sadly, I have a sad life. I'm sorry, but that's always I don't see anything. I see what I can do on here. Like I'm not again. I also do other things. Not just doing CMFS and Skyline. Like I like to keep myself busy. So, like I said, you guys know I'm Corbell's photographer. Now I've honestly now reached out to Williams photographer now. I've reached out to Midnight Operas. I'm their security guard, and now run my own event. So I have a big plate, and I don't see myself outside of VRChat doing big plans for myself. Honestly, it's just my big plans is to see what I can do with Skyline
Well, bear in
and what I can
mind, I
do.
think what you're doing here in VR is just as real as what's on the inside. The connections and the
You
people
got
you're
it.
touching doing it matters just as much
Mhm.
as what you're doing out of
Mm,
here. Like, for example, with the Trevor Project and your donations, that's not a small thing to do. Running running a
no.
charity event like that. So your life is not sad. So please
Thank you.
don't
No.
insult yourself.
Yeah. No.
Well, thank you.
It takes a lot to stand and move forward than it is to literally and act stupid and walk backwards. Think about it.
Yeah, that is so true.
Mm.
But no, I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with what I've gotten, what I've grown on Skyline, not just with Skyline, but with the friends I've made and the connections, like with you guys. That's what keeps me going and happy.
Mm.
Just, meh.
So
Good deal.
we're gonna ask the last two questions before I wrap up for those who haven't seen your first interview, and for you as a really poopy self promo, you should go back and see the other Alphawolf interview so you can see exactly where he was a long time ago when we first met him.
Oh, yes, that feels like so old me by now. That feels so old now. I've definitely got. I can say from outside perspective, yes, I have grown since then, and I've done a lot of things since then. Yeah, it makes me feel old looking at that video,
You
even though
know
it was like
how
a
it
year
makes me
ago.
feel looking back at all the interviews we have done and knowing that I've been there for all of them. What, 3 years of interviews now?
Going on almost on 4. We're
Well,
almost
no,
going on 4 line.
4 years of Degen existing, 2.5, 3 years of interviews.
Ah, okay, I got you. I see where
Mm.
you're going with that. I
Mm.
got you.
Yeah,
But
don't worry. One of these days, I'll be one interviewing you guys. One day, don't worry.
hell yeah. So I don't think we asked you this interview. Maybe we have, but I forgot. But we'll ask you this: the name in VRchat, where'd it come from, and why to use it?
You didn't ask that last time, so I love it. Um, I I'm gonna sound such a nerd. But ever since the Xbox 360 came out, that's my first username. It's called the Alphawolf. The Alphawolf. But of course I had shortened because it doesn't sound like a title. It sounds more like a title, the Alphawolf instead of Alphawolf. I don't know. So it just came from what Xbox name, and then of course I had a long time of since far back as I remember. I love wolves. I never knew why, but I just do. I love them. Like I remember when I was, oh my God, 6 or 7 years old, living with my grandmother at the time. She literally uh, personally, personally bought me like a Wolf CD that actually did nothing but like Wolf's music, like instrumentals with, and then mixing it with Wolf howling. So
Mm.
it's just here, it's like it felt like you're in nature. It felt like you're in nature. So you're hearing instrumentals and you're hearing Wolf howling, and it went and blended in so well. And I guess ever since then, I love wolves ever since then, and so Alphawolf came to be. And turns out, funny things, my real name, biological name, means wolf in Old Norse. So I'm like, that's perfect. I wonder why I love wolves so much. So ever since then, it became, and then it's like, well, what Sona should I make? Obviously, a wolf. And then when it comes to 42, I didn't really have a favorite number back when I was a kid. Like, I never had a favorite number. If it was like, well, 7 or 13 or 23 or something like that. Um, so in high school, this is where my number came in. I was in the high school football team, and of course, the lady is like, okay, here's a sheet, pick your number. I'm like, I don't know. So I was like, okay, what about that number? So 42. And ever since it stuck with me, and then it became my favorite number. So everything I do now has 42 in it. So came from my football team.
Thank you very much
Awful
for sharing.
42.
And I'll give you another reason
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
liking the number 42 because it's my favorite number. From an
Yay!
old, from a book and a movie, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there was a couple of aliens that made a giant supercomputer, highly intelligent,
Mhm.
and they asked it once they built it, what's the answer to life and everything? And it had them come back thousands of years later to give them an answer, and answered 42. And at the time, they didn't quite
Yep.
understand. But when you break it down in code or binary, now this is if I get this wrong, please correct me here, but it relates to brackets, which is
Mhm.
when you think about it, whatever you want it to be, because whatever you put inside is what it comes out. So the answer to life and everything is whatever you want.
Heck yeah. I learned that too a while back. It's like, well, 42, that makes sense. No, I'm sure everything because I am everything. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah,
Well, again,
I
thank
found
you
that
for sharing that.
yeah, I found that fascinating. But the number 42 is like, well, that makes sense then too, because Alpha Wolf and I'm the infinite. I always will be Alpha Wolf, and it makes sense.
Mm. And the
Hmm.
avatar you make, where'd it come from? Why to use it? Is there anything about it that means anything to you?
Well, for the longest time, I've been looking for a good K9 art avatar. So the Archer came out. I used that for a while because I'm looking for. I'm a wolf, so I'm looking for a nice wolf avatar that I like, and this is my main avatar now. Like, this a Dante made by Foxy Paws. I used to archer for the longest time, but I don't know, the facial, the body, I fell in love with. It looks to me looks like a more of a canine to me than any um avatar out there. No disrespect to the other creators, you're all beautiful, you're all beautiful. But for me, everybody has a preference, or um, everyone has a preference or a opinion on avatars, of course, and everyone's entitled and respectfully to do that. But Dante is mine, and this is actually my Sona. And I did the textures work for it and the clothes, and I bought it off of Gumroad and made the textures and added everything to the IV myself. So,
Ooh.
mm-hmm.
Well,
This
thank you
is my
very
Sona.
much. It means a lot to hear
Yeah.
that. It's one of the questions Rap and I
Yes.
added because we were curious at one point, why does people choose to represent themselves the way they do? So it's really cool to hear how and why they do. So thank you for sharing yours.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Of
Ooh.
course.
And with that being said, as we'll interact with the audience before I hand it to Raptor and close up. And I'm not going to give you a question this time. Instead, I'm going to give you a bit of advice for me based on something he said earlier, and I'll hand it to Raptor to close it off. First off, if you wish to find Alphawolf or SKYLINE, you look it down in the description of the video. Over in the description, we'll have everything there for you to click and find. Same thing in the episode description of Spotify. So please go show them some love. They're a wonderful group of people over there. We've known Alphawolf for quite a while. So with that being said, please go over there, say hi, and tell Metaverse Degen sent you. And with that being said, a little bit of advice. Whatever you work on, whether virtual or in real life, still matters. You touch people, you're helping people, you're doing things, building and creating, and you're moving forward. As Raptor says, keep on. If you don't learn, you're better dead. But to make a bit of wholesome, instead of like you're gonna learn or die, it's some sort of sad, scary thing. But as you move forward and create things, you're still learning and moving forward. You're growing as a person. So whatever you work on, whether it's a music festival, a silly podcast, or videos or drawing, keep it moving forward. It still matters. It
There's
matters to you.
always something new to learn, for sure.
Mm.
There's always something new to learn. I'm still learning to this day. I've been in the industry for almost 2 years now, and I'm still learning stuff. So there's always something new, and I'm always happy to learn things new.
Oh. Keep on learning, keep on
Mhm.
growing. And I have a question for you too. What is the most interesting or surprising thing you've learned that has helped you grow as a person? You know that saying, Mr. Raptor. You know the thing.
I got you, Line. Knowing that we are the breed of the hounds of any form and fashion, and the Lion always says, and he just said it, you are never too old, definitely too old, to teach a dog new tricks. No matter what, it's just a little harder to make them sit, stand up, beg, or whatever the situation might be. But when you're all done and all said and done, he's a canine that you love and cherish, and friends are one of them too. We'll talk to you later. Bye, folks. Have a good one. Bye. Meow. 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 This is not as easy as it looks without making it. Meow. 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 Beep beep. Mom, I forgot to get my flyer license. Yeah. My helicopter's in the ditch. Whoa, big hole. Whoa. Beep beep.